Science guys on tour.
Yeah, we're
recording, so.
outside late. Finally,
Yeah.
you see our real faces.
Yeah.
How
Lovely background in the back.
Yeah.
A little bit of ambient street noise as well, so that's nice.
So, this beautiful place that we don't know how it's called, but
we don't know what it's called, but we come here because it's nice. It's very chilled out. Sort of got a library buzz. I'll do a spin around as I'm going to do a tour of the place as I'm leaving, and I'll tap that on the front. You need to say that because it's going to be on the front. But anyway.
We're here having a sparkling water after a night of
a few beers. Yeah. And so we're back to talk about science again because Pablo actually has a real job now.
Yeah.
So he had to work.
Yeah. How to make this country great again. Spain great again.
He's making Spain great again. And I'm running for president of America in 2024. So I'm going to make that great again. And it's going to be great. So we're going to do it all. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about science again.
Yeah, we have two very interesting topics. One is the anal balls for the chess players.
Chess players with anal balls that signal them when to make a move. Yeah.
Because it was a guy of 19 years old, beat the world champion of chess, and supposed to be using anal balls to.
So, like, obviously there was like a computer or a smarter guy telling him what to do.
But it was someone watching the game.
Okay.
And the computer in another place sending the how to move.
It seems there's that much money in chess that it's worth like sticking something up your ass to get like a little thing to help.
I don't know. I'm science, not sport. I'm in the science side. I'm not in the sport.
This is for that sports science crossover.
Yeah, we need another guy. The sport guys.
I would have thought it would have been better if like in poker, so the guy could be on the other side, could see the cards and go beep 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 beep. You're fucked up if you had like a king that would be like like fuck.
Maybe you are starting. You're taking the blanket off of the poker thing. No one thought about before.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's a Watergate of poker because of you.
Yeah, could be. The whole thing is the whole game is fucked now.
Yeah.
What else were we talking about?
Of course, about the rocket, the moon rocket.
The fucking moon rocket, of course, man.
Still there?
Yeah, still there. They did a test on it, and I was reading about this morning. They did a test on it, and the reason they didn't let it launch the last two times was because there was a hydrogen fuel leak.
Yeah.
And now they've done a test yesterday.
And it works.
Well, it works. It still leaks.
Yeah.
It still leaks, but it's acceptable. The leak is acceptable.
But it was a hurricane at the same time.
There's a hurricane coming now as well, so yeah.
So it was not sure.
Yeah. So my point is my whole point on it was because I read another article on the famous BBC Science webpage, which is the source for all scientific knowledge is BBC.
Yeah.
They're now allowing fracking again in the UK, which is like where they shoot like high pressure water underground and they break up the fucking shale and they extract all the gas, and they're doing it because of course Ukraine, which is nonsense because what they're going to get out of it is just
we're going back to pollution.
Yeah. We're going right back there. But again, the same thing there. It was like the same acceptable risk that they had with the Artemis rocket, like hydrogen leak. They had acceptable risk of earthquake. So there's like a certain level of earthquake that you can have.
That's what it's an old concept called collateral damage.
That's it.
It was started with George Bush.
Correct.
So
I mean, it didn't start with George Bush. He just made it. He was just really good at it.
Yeah,
he's the reigning champion of collateral damage.
But the good thing is, where I think and I concern most is about the dummies who are still in the rocket.
Yeah, I mean, who's looking after those fucking those crash dummies?
Maybe they are not dummies anymore. Maybe they are.
Maybe they're sentient beings now. They've come. I don't know.
And they refuse to. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they're on strike. Because there's a lot of strike action going on.
I found why. You say when you were asking yourself why they are testing this, if already there were people sent already to the moon like 5 times or 4 times, and now they have to test the radiation.
Yeah. Just ask one of those guys.
It's because they were the next astronauts will be a woman, and a non-white person. And before they were all men.
It was all white guys. Okay.
And apparently, right. But if you think and you put 1 + 1 is white people is not affected by radiation. White men are not affected by radiation. So you need to test the rocket to send women and non-white people.
So the crash dummies are not just crash dummies. They're like ethnic minority crash dummies
and women
dummies. Okay, all right, that makes a lot of sense.
This will be the next.
Yeah.
I don't know what they mean with non-white. Maybe I can go.
Maybe you can. Yeah. Not in the wintertime though, because you go very pale in the wintertime.
Oh yeah. I can go in summer.
You can go in summer. Yeah. You and Antonio Banderas can go in the summer. Not in the winter though.
Antonio Banderas definitely go black by the.
No, yeah. Well, you guys go fucking super white in the winter, so forget about it, man. Wintertime, no. Maybe summer, maybe.
Yeah. Summer astronaut too.
Yeah, me, forget about it.
Yeah.
They're not letting me up there, man.
No.
I'm like a fucking ghost.
But you know that you will not be affected by radiation.
This is true.
That make you feel sure.
Yeah.
So we're still taking care of that. And we'll keep because I know it's a major concern in the world about the rocket.
Yeah.
And people is waiting for this part.
No, people are really excited about the rocket. I know they are. I mean, like I'm, you know, I've been looking forward to this for, you know, I don't know, so all my life, really.
But you know,
I mean, why? I mean, we have to go back to the moon because, well, I mean, I don't know why, but no, because we have to.
We have to because the Chinese. Now there's a new middle, and you and I were people who go to bars every time.
Yes.
And we have a couple of more than a couple of bars we used to go.
Yes.
And everybody's talking about Artemis.
That's true.
When they get drunk,
People
people get
this
drunk.
is all they want to know about. What is the story
with Artemis?
You know, and I think people are just terrified that like, how can we let the Chinese get to the moon before we do it?
And another concern is where to see the launch of the rocket.
Yes. Yeah. I
book in advance. That's very important to know when it would going to be launched. To book in advance a decent place to watch the launch.
Yeah. What about the landing when it comes down?
That's
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, no. Will be not. It's not exactly because they are dummies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nobody believed that part anyway.
No.
Nobody believed any of this shit anyway, man.
And they used to land in Russia. Like now it's not.
Yeah, but the American ones landed in the Pacific Ocean, and the Russian ones landed back in like fucking Tajikistan or Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is where they have their big rocket space center. And shit.
But they got a good attitude with the last astronaut. We came back from the special station.
The space station, yeah.
Yeah, he lands in Russia. The American guy.
Oh really?
Yeah, just during the war, and they.
And they let him go home. That's right. Yeah. They won't let that poor basketball player go home though.
Oh yeah,
she's
smoking weed.
She's smoking weed, fucking junkie. Can't let her go.
Yeah.
But the astronaut guy, he's cool.
Yeah.
And I think you might notice, the astronaut guy was a white guy, wasn't he?
He was a white guy.
And she's a woman of color. Oh.
And she's a woman and non-white.
Woman, non-white, and I believe she's a lesbian as well. It's, you know, like,
and you think
these fucking Russians, man.
Because the rockets look like a penis. It will be next rocket, next generations of rockets.
Will be a vagina rocket.
Yeah,
like a
soft flying saucer. Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah. To be like
gender equal.
Gender equal over the whole thing. I think that's a really good idea. I think it's important. I think we need to start sinking loads and loads and loads of money into research on that.
No, I'm sure Elon Musk is.
Also, I also read on the fracking thing. You know, like on a continuation on the fracking front. Like
nice bottles.
Very nice bottles. Yeah. If you look on the BBC News website, science website, it's all about climate change and how awesome everybody is about all the things they're doing, amazing things that they're doing for climate change, and all the things that you can't do anymore, and all the things that we can't do anymore. But it's all bullshit because the BBC are as like deeply embedded in this shit as anybody, and they're talking about how Prince Charles is going to continue on with his amazing climate work. And I'm like, what the fuck has he ever done, man?
They allow fracking again, and they allow.
Yeah, no, we allow fracking again. Get the fuck out of here, anyway. So
and a little bit politics is about the Colombian president who said in the speech yesterday in the UN about cocaine work.
Cocaine and also fossil fuels. He said like they're going to stop doing fossil fuels in Colombia.
Yeah, so fossil fuels, it will kill everybody.
Yeah.
The war against war, the drugs.
But listen, Prince Charles, sorry, King Charles, he's working on that. He's got that under control.
If he solves his pen problems.
Listen, if he could just get the pens sorted out. I mean, that's his number one priority.
Yeah.
When he comes to that office, like, look, I know there's other things on the agenda, but this pen situation is.
Once he starts to sign papers, everything will be solved.
Everything will be
But now he needs to learn how to sign papers like his own.
But without going to his staff. Trying to sign more science, and one of the things that we started doing this, and we thought we happened to get a couple of weeks where there was like good science shit, right?
But it's still the same shit.
But as a general rule, there used to be I remember that science section in the paper when I was a kid. You know, I used to love that bit, right? And now you go to these websites and it's all bullshit, man.
There's not any, because this week there was not any astrophysics cutting a chorizo slice.
Nope.
It's not amazing pictures from the telescope.
Nobody's wanking in space this week.
No fucking new disease, new pandemic.
There's a picture of Neptune from the Webb telescope with like a ring around it. You know what I mean? But that's fucking boring, man. Like if you're gonna do a story about a planet, and it's going to be a good science story, it has to be about Uranus, because that's Uranus.
Uranus, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's a good science story.
It's a very good link in between.
Yeah, exactly. So you could do the thing, then we could have the segue to like the anal balls that you fucking use to cheat at chess, and all that fucking, that.
But we didn't find any Uranus.
No, there's nothing, man. There's just been the science is fucking really bad, man.
They're lazy.
Yeah, they really have gone lazy. I'm very disappointed, man. I mean, it used to be a thing like where you could even there'd be like a serious science article where you could just, you could make fun of it and have a laugh. But now you can't even do that. Now, like I said, I was on the BBC page, and every single story is about climate and how awesome, we are at fixing the climate, which is just not fucking true.
No, and then
you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we're not. We're a fucking disaster at that.
And in the Spanish webpage is always how good is olive oil, how good is jamon, how good is wine for health.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's because who's paying for like here in Spain? That's the main industry. Is fucking olive oil, jamon,
and wine,
and wine, and in the UK, their main fucking business is British Petroleum and Shell, and they own the fucking media. So so you get all these glowing stories about how amazing. What an amazing job we're doing with climate change, because fucking Shell and BP are still there fucking coining the profits, man. They're making fucking mega fucking profits. There's another thing I saw somebody
bring the plastic back again.
Bring the plastic bags back. Fuck that shit. We might as well. I mean, listen, we've gone too far already. Just bring the fucking plastic bag back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was brushing my teeth with a bamboo toothbrush.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. No, fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
I was just starting to.
Yeah.
But now, because we're back to fracking and all the thing, let's go back to the.
We're all fucked. I mean, there's no point. We're going back to fracking. Like you said, we might as well just go back to fucking plastic everything, man.
Yeah, and people who's running the world is older than us, so it's.
Yeah.
They would never leave.
Yeah. And all the science guys work for them, so they must know what they're doing. You know what I mean? All the science guys work for those guys, so they must know what they're doing.
Yes, please. It's a request for all the scientists for next week. Please publish
Somebody
something.
put something decent up, because we're fucking bored.
Because we look boring. If you don't do something, we look boring.
Man.
We are in an amazing place, but we don't have nothing to talk, and we're getting angry.
Yeah. Found a nice location and all to do the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna try different locations. We might actually have to read some fucking science shit.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying, because I want somebody to put the shit up there so I can just laugh at it.
Yeah.
Not have to actually do the research and then come up with like fucking jokes and shit.
Yeah. So please work.
Scientists, get your fucking fingers out of your asses and get some fucking stories to us, all right?
And we'd say goodbye for the.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks a lot.